Do you want to know how to put the Forager 3 program onto your XP Deus 2 WS6 puck? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what you need to do step by step in order to get this custom program onto your WS6 module so that you can go out using the Forager 3 program on your metal detecting adventures too. Let's get to it. So the Forager 3 program has now been out for a couple of weeks, and the feedback that I have received from all of you has been overwhelmingly positive. Thank you so much for everybody that stopped by and left a comment letting me know what they found, to everybody that sent me a message showing me pictures of all of the wonderful things that they found using the Forager 3 program over the last 2 weeks. However, one resounding question still remains. A lot of you ask, how do I put this onto my WS6 puck? Well, I'm going to show you step by step in this video how you can program it onto your puck so that you can go out and use it too. It's relatively simple to do, so let's get cracking and I'll show you exactly how to put it onto your WS6 master. So just like we did with the Deus 2 remote control, we're going to need to get hold of our puck and make sure that it is on firmware version 3.10. That's the latest version at the time of recording this video. However, I'm pretty sure it will work on later versions. So if you're a bit late to the party, don't worry too much unless I've got a newer version available on my channel. I'm sure this one will work absolutely fine. So when the puck is turned on, make sure you navigate to program number 1, General. When you're there, you're going to need to push this red button which takes us into the program menu. Now, the first one that we come to is discrimination, and using the minus key, we're going to change that so that it says 7.9. Once yours says 7.9, hit the menu button again, and now we're going to put the silencer on 1 using the minus key. Push the menu button again, and we're going to change the sensitivity so that it's 94. Don't forget guys, if your fields are nice and quiet and EMI free, you can change that to whatever you really want, but always keep it saved on 94 because that way you can never really go wrong. Now push the menu button again, and you'll notice that the maximum frequency that this program uses is a maximum frequency of 40 kilohertz. We're going to leave it on there. We aren't going to change that. But we're going to push it again, and we're going to change the iron volume so that it's on 9. We're going to go to reactivity, and using the plus key, change it so that it's on 2.5. Now go down to the audio response, choose that so that it's on 5 using the plus key. And then we're going to go all the way back there through the ground balance menu until it says discrimination, which is 7.9. Now this is where we're going to change some of the expert settings inside of the discrimination menu, and to do that you've got to hold down the red button. Once you hold down the red button, what will basically happen is you'll go into the tone menu, and at the moment you can see it says 2 tones. So let's change it so that it says 4 tones, and now we need to hold down the button again and it will go into each of the particular tone segments. So the first tone, we need to use the minus key to go down to where it says 193. Then push the red button again, it says 7.9. We've already preset that, so we don't have to change it. Push it again and it will want your volume, which is already again preset at 9. If you push it again, it moves on to the second tone, and this is where we're going to need to hold down the minus key to change it so that it says 289 hertz. So let's just go down, there we go, 289 hertz, and then push that, and we're going to basically change what the tone break is. At the moment it's set to 50, but we want this to be 38. So use the minus key until it says 38, and then hit that red button again. And now we're going to change the volume of this second tone so that it's actually on 8. Once yours says 8, hit the red button again, and we move on to the third tone. This needs to be at 687. So there we go. Use the minus key until it says 687. Push the red button again, and we're going to want to change that so that it's 73, not 72. Now pushing the red button again, we go to the volume of tone 3, leave that on 10, and then push the button again, and we're going to go to the very last tone break, which is tone break number 4. Now we actually want this to be 961 Hertz. And then push the red button. It's not giving us a tone break because it only has to be anything 73 and above. Push the red button again. The volume of this one we also want on 10. And then once you get to the last of your set tones, it takes you into the ground iron break. Now use the minus key here so that it says minus 0.3. And once yours says that, you can push the red button again, and you'll notice all it does is take us straight back to tone break number 1. So now we can come out of the tone menu by pushing the cog here, and that takes us back out of the tones. So now push the red button, and you'll notice that the bottle cap is on 0. Well, we want this to be on 3. Push the red button again. It says notch off. That's absolutely fine. We don't want any notch on there whatsoever. And by pushing the button again, you'll notice that you just come straight back into the expert 4 tones. So hit the cog icon to come out of there. And now all we basically need to do is go into the ground balance menu to make sure that our ground stabilizer is on 2. So push the red button until you go into the ground balance menu, and when it says 87, which is your standard ferrite ground level, hit the red button and hold it down. And once you've done that, a new set of options appears which you can navigate through by just pushing the red button again. So it says here tracking, leave that, but ground stabilizer is on 2, and that's exactly what we want. It should be preset to 2 if you're on version 3.10, so it's very likely you won't have to do this bit. But now we need to push the cog icon to come back out into the main program window. And it's here that we now need to go and just change a few of the audio settings to really customize the experience and help with clarity and depth when you're out in the field. So to do that, you need to push the cog icon. This takes you into the options menu, and then if you push it again and again, you'll notice that it goes to audio. To enter the audio menu, you hold down the cog, and now we're into the audio menu where we can adjust things like the audio type. I like to keep that on PWM just because it's my preferred style of audio, but you can select whatever you really want. But you'll notice by pushing the cog again, we'll go to the audio filter, and this one needs to be on 1. Once yours says 1, push the cog again, and you'll come back to where it says your audio volume. This is the volume of the headphones. But on this screen, what we're going to need to do is go into the equalizer, and it's on this screen that you do that because you push down the cog icon and it takes you into the equalizer. Now, the equalizer has 4 bands, and we're just going to change 3 of them. The first one here, which is the low 150 Hertz range, we are going to push that up so that it says plus 9 dB. The second band we are going to put on plus 3 dB. The third band we are going to leave alone so that it's on 0 dB, and the last band, the 4K there, which is your high trebly sounds, we want those to be on plus 6 dB. And that means that we have now successfully put all of the custom settings in for the Forager 3 program, but all that's left to do is save the program. So from the equalizer screen, you just push the red button to come out of it. Now you push the red button again until you come out of that menu. Now you just push the cog icon until you see program. Once there, you hold down the cog and then it will ask you to save. So hold down the cog again. And what it's done is it's saved it in the only available slot that it has. It's the slot next to General 1 program. And you know that it's the custom program because it's got the little user icon there next to it, letting you know that it's a custom program. The reason why it does this is because the WS6 puck allows you to save one custom program for every factory program. Therefore, you can only have one custom program for general, one for sensitive FT, etc, etc. And there we go. We have now saved the Forager program onto our WS6 master puck, and it's ready to be used for when you want to go out metal detecting. Now don't forget, we always know which one's the Forager program because it will be the one after program number 1 general, and it will be the only program in there that will have the little user icon swiftly after program number 1 general. If you found this video helpful and you want to show your support and thanks, then all you have to do, of course, is hit subscribe below. It really does mean a lot if you could like this video and hype it as well. But guys, as always, do go out, let me know what you find, leave the comments below. I love hearing all of the feedback on here. And thanks so much for watching. I will be out again very soon, and I will see you all on the very next hole.